Year, between 3 and 4,000 people fall out of a deer stand, and between 3 and 500 people die as a result of that. Today, I'll be showing you a better alternative if you don't want to climb up in a tree and possibly get hurt. Today, I'll show you how to set up a ground hunting blind. A lot of people use this every year to hunt, and it's very good for young and old people who don't want to climb up and risk getting hurt. I have used ground blind ever since I have been hunting, and today I will tell you a little bit about ground blind, the history, and show you how to set it up. Start, I'll explain why you use a ground blind and why I like them. The ground blind is great because it can fit 1 to 4 people, and a lot of families like to use it so that everyone can enjoy the hunt. Like I said earlier, it's great for old people because either they can't climb in the tree stand or they just don't trust themselves, so they can sit on the ground and have it better. Young people too, because usually you're not going to fit 2 people on a tree stand unless you have a big tree stand, and it's kind of a pain in the butt to hang 2 of them up, so you can just sit in the ground blind and not have a problem. Now, I'll tell you a little bit of history. The early blinds were made out of brush, and sometimes they'd be piled up and surrounding a big hole in the ground, and that's where the hunters would sit. And they all had the same purpose, is to hide the hunter from their prey, and so they can hunt and kill it. Sometimes they'll cover themselves in brush and vegetation, like small trees, brush, and shrubs. Nowadays, blinds are lightweight, portable, and can be set up in minutes. They also protect you from the elements like rain, wind, etc. Now, I'll show you what all I have here, and we'll get set up. So first, we got the bag. Very nice. You can set it in there, not a problem. This pocket, we got stakes, which we'll be talking about, and more stakes. So when you open it up, put the bag down. And there's the blind. You kind of spread it out like that, and you kind of know you got 1, 2, 3, 4 sides, so this must be the top. So to start, I like to pull up on the top, it's just a little bit easier. And once you have it set up like that, it gets pretty easy from there. Step 2, bring out the sides. I like to go from one end to the other end, just makes it a little bit easier. And then it doesn't really matter which side you go to after that. Okay, so next you're going to want to take down with these in every corner. And that's nice because then your blind doesn't blow away, and you shouldn't have any problems with that. Then we got these stakes, which will hold this in on the side, and so your sides don't get blown in by the wind, which I've had happen before, and it's a pain in the butt because then you gotta pop it back out and everything. You kind of stick it in there like that, and once you get it on the ground, you just either step on it or pound it in, and then your sides won't fall on you. You can usually set it up whenever and wherever you want. I usually leave it for a week because then the animals don't notice it and will get used to it. You also want to set up in some sort of things around it, so then you don't so then you have some sort of cover and they don't realize it. You can set up in the open, but it's a little bit more obvious. I know when me and Gab were driving around and we saw a guy hunting turkeys out in the open, which you can do. It's not that bad to do, but it's a little bit better to have a little bit of cover. It's also nice for young hunters because they can move around. It's kind of hard to see in there. Obviously, to a human, it's a little bit easier, but to a different animal, might be a little bit harder. And now that it's set up, like I said, you put stakes in, and then you'll be fine with that. Usually, when I get in there, I set all my stuff out, spread it all out. You know, got my binoculars, my rangefinder, whatever you may need. Your gun, if you don't have a bow, you know the bow. That is how you set up a ground hunting blind. Now, today I showed you how to set up a ground hunting blind, the history and the importance of it. You know why a lot of people choose to use the ground blind. It's a very nice hunting tool, I could say. And it's a better alternative from sitting in a tree and risk getting hurt. I will continue to use the ground blind when I go hunting, and I still have it be effective in the future. Thank you for listening to my speech.